Gout. Gout just broke the 200-meter record, and here's the controversial part. Some people still don't believe it, even after the clock stopped at 19.67 seconds, even after the record was officially ratified, even after World Athletics reviewed everything and made its decision. Because when an 18-year-old suddenly runs faster than Usain Bolt ever did at the same age, people start asking questions. Was the track too fast? Was the wind too perfect? Did the conditions create an illusion? Or are we witnessing the arrival of the next global sprint superstar? The debate exploded after April 12th at the Australian Championships. Gout Gout crossed the finish line in 19.67 seconds, a time that shattered his previous best, a time that broke the Australian national record, and a time that broke the World U20 record. But almost immediately, critics started talking. The wind reading was plus 1.7 meters per second. Still legal, but close enough for some people to complain. Then they noticed something else. Almost everyone in the race ran personal bests. 7 athletes improved, some by huge margins. And suddenly social media had a new theory. Maybe the performance wasn't real. Maybe the conditions were doing all the work. But here's what many people ignored. The track in Sydney had just been completely resurfaced. A brand new high-performance surface designed to return more energy with every step. Fast tracks create fast times. That's not suspicious. That's science. And Gout wasn't exactly coming out of nowhere. A year earlier, he had already run 19.98 seconds. The only reason it didn't count was because the wind was illegal. The speed was already there. Now he finally had the legal performance to prove it. Still, the arguments continued. Until June 1st, that's when World Athletics officially ended the debate. The record was ratified, approved, certified official, no questions, no asterisk, no excuses. Gout Gout became the official World Under-20 record holder in the 200 meters. And that's when the story became even bigger, because the numbers are ridiculous. At just 18 years old, Gout's 19.67 places him ahead of Usain Bolt's best teenage performance. Bolt's fastest time before turning 20 was 19.93. Gout is already faster. Let that sink in. The greatest sprinter in history never ran this fast as a teenager. Now, before people get carried away, Gout hasn't broken Bolt's world record, not even close. Bolt's legendary 19.19 still sits far ahead. Olympic champion Usain Bolt has run 19.46. Noah Lyles owns the American record at 19.31. Gout isn't the fastest man in history. He's the fastest teenager in history, and those are very different things. But here's what makes this story scary. Gout doesn't think he's finished. After reaching the World Championship semifinals at just 17 years old, he delivered a statement that should concern every sprinter on the planet. The thing I have on them is time. That's what nobody can teach. That's what nobody can buy. And that's what Gout has more of than anyone else. Now comes the biggest test of his career, the Diamond League in Oslo. His senior debut, his first race against Olympic champion Usain Bolt, the man who already owns Olympic gold. The man who has run 19.46. The man many believe is the future of the 200 meters. But now there's a new name entering the conversation. A teenager, a record holder, a sprinter who just forced the entire sport to pay attention. And that's why Oslo matters. Because for the first time, Gout Gout won't just be racing the clock. He'll be racing the best. The doubters say he isn't ready. The believers think he's the next global superstar. And in just a few seconds on the track, we're about to find out who's right.